Hello! Welcome. Ahlan wa sahlan. Hello and welcome in Arabic. How's everyone? How's first day of Nano going? Also, I'm back after ages and ages.
Hey, I just got a notification that you're streaming.
Nice.
Those are rare and precious things.
Okay,
It seems like people played when you started.
I'm gonna change this real quick. Instead of having the whole thing, I'm gonna do just the actual green screen because this stuff is flickering like crazy. Yeah. Oh, now it's all effed up. Dang it.
That's the power of the green screen.
I hate myself. I'm just kidding.
So since we're doing the language thing, Desert, how's everybody doing?
I have Arabic on the mind because for one of my college projects, I'm taking linguistics and we have to do an in-depth study phonetically of a language, and I chose Arabic. So
I'm currently learning Irish.
also, I'm incredibly frustrated right now because my green screen is so small that it cuts off my logo, which is the whole reason I chose this image.
Yeah.
Frustration.
I feel like that is the point of green screens, is to cause frustration.
Yeah.
That has always been my experience with them, which is why I really haven't put in the effort necessary to find mine.
I mean, someday I'll just have an office where I have one wall that I paint green, and then I'll just set up all my stuff in front of that wall.
Yeah.
That works too.
Surprisingly good thing that tastes delicious is Pringles and Nutella.
Pringles and Nutella. I'm not a fan of Pringles, so
I'm sure any potato chip, really.
I've had a fairly good day today. I've actually written today for the first time in what feels like all year. I know I wrote some stuff earlier in the year and here, there, and under throughout, but gotten over 1,300 words so far today.
I have not written.
All right, screw it. I'm just turning off the virtual background thing. This is. How do I turn it off? Go away. None. There we go. There, you just get to see greenness behind me. Okay, let's address some of the comments. Laura, how are you?
Laura!
And CB, no, it's real late for me, but I want to get my first 5 chapters of this 610 chapter behemoth. 610 chapters.
Oh, it's a fanfic. I can see that. I've read like 700 chapter fanfics. They're amazing.
I'll stay up as long as I can, but I'm promising that it'll be very long. Okay. Police Academy theme stuck in the head. Divine Fox coming at you from my phone because my Wi-Fi died.
That sucks.
Oh, well, hello, Divine Fox. I'm sorry that your Wi-Fi died. It sucks because I was like, I feel that because I was supposed to do a karaoke stream for my birthday last year, and I had to cancel the whole thing because my Wi-Fi was broken for like 2 weeks.
Oh crap, we got to figure out what I'm going to do for my birthday because it's on a Friday and I stream on Fridays.
You got to do something fun and fancy.
Yeah, I'm not a fun person. Have you all met me?
I think you're pretty fun.
I'm Rancher. We just won't look at the screen.
CB is learning Spanish. Nice. I'm not a fan of Pringles or Nutella. Nutella is way too sweet. Laura says, I've pantsed, I'm assuming, my way into chapter 3 of my vampire romance and have now switched to my fall collection. Nice.
I love how we're both pantsing romances this Nano, because this is very strange for me. I am not used to writing like the actual romance story. Like I've had romance subplots before, but especially romance involving Santa Claus that's super gay.
So this is just random, but when I was still participated in reading things and writing things on Wattpad in high school, I read a story on there called Santa's Not Fat about a Santa Claus romance. And it was a hot teenager that was supposed to take over as Santa that had to romance this lady because he needed a Mrs. Claus when he became Santa.
See,
Yeah.
my story gets its start when Santa is at the New Year's Eve party celebrating a good year, bringing joy to all the good boys and girls, and then his furry ex-husband Krampus shows up at the party uninvited with his new boy toy Jack Frost, and his enemy. Chaos ensues.
Interesting. It sounds very you, to be honest.
It is very me.
My project, okay, so I was not going to participate in Nano because I am in school and I have a lot of, and I'm back in the workforce again, lots of things on my plate. But I finished my assignment for my phonetic project and I was like, you know what? Why not? So I went over to Nano and I made a project and I'm just going to write stuff, I guess.
So the working title is The Santa Closet because I think that's really funny. And I'm really having a lot of fun with it. I wasn't going to do Nano either, but Glory tricked me into it.
Love her for that. Okay. At 4640 words for total for Nano, I'm at like 200 words total for Nano, so
0.
1353.
It shimmers into existence when light falls, illuminated by the stars. The night terror. The first time I see mine, I thought it was a horrible nightmare hanging on in wakefulness. After all, I had been dreaming about them since I went to bed with the sun, the ragged creature, those humanoid of shadow and teeth, who stands at the base of my bed staring, their eyes bulging and cracked, wet yet gouged with fissures. It's staring straight up at the ceiling. Creepy.
Was your vampire a Nosferatu type vampire? That would be great. I want a Nosferatu to find love.
Isn't that one from Fall? From the Fall collection?
Oh,
that might be from, because she said earlier that she is now switched over to the Fall collection. So.
Sorry, I want Count Orlok to find love.
2 weeks? That must have been horrible. Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible. And it turns out it was something that was completely fixable the whole time. And I kept contacting the cable company, trying to get them to come fix it. And they sent a person out. They came in. They were like, oh, there's nothing wrong with your Wi-Fi. Like your modem and stuff is working fine. And then they left. And then it was still not working. And then they sent somebody else out. And it turns out that the cord out in the cable, because I live in an apartment complex, and the cable box itself outside the connection from that to my apartment was what was broken. And he went out there and he's like, well, the signal's really strong, but it's coming in and out. So he went out there and he said that as soon as he touched this one wire, it like completely went out. And so he replaced it and then it worked fine.
That reminds me of when I was still at the trailer, because my wife moved. I don't live in the trailer anymore. I live in an apartment. So at the trailer, there had been lightning had struck in the trailer park. And it had nobody knew that it had messed up all of our internet. So everybody's internet kept glitching randomly. And so we called the internet because we were like, there's something wrong with our internet. It just randomly drops out of nowhere. And they found out that they had to replace one of our lines. And then they were like, yeah, the lightning struck managed to hit one of the cables,
Oh
and
man.
it affected everybody's. Thankfully, it did not blow anybody's modems or anything,
That's
but
horrible.
it messed up everybody's internet. So like, yeah, we have to go replace some stuff at like the base area and like check all the houses now.
That
Yeah,
sounds rough. Left
because
my
we
previous
call.
provider because the cable box stopped functioning and they refused to fix it. Yeah, mine was because of the cable box that's outside, and they took them sending 3 different people that they sent out, and the third one was finally the one that actually went out to the cable box to check it. The other 2 just came in and was like, "Oh, everything's working fine in here. I don't know why it's not like why you're having trouble," and then they would leave, and it's like, bruh, why would you waste your own time? But luckily, I told the company, I was like, you better give me a discount for these 2 weeks because I'm not paying for my internet if I'm not getting any internet. And so they
Yeah.
gave me 50% off for that month. And I was like, you fucking better. Like,
Yeah.
one word for Charlie's story, drama.
There's part of me that wants to change the name to Sad Santa and the Meddlesome Furry, but I don't know if that would be better or worse for marketing.
Yeah, I have a lot of things on my plate. So it's been a while since I've been doing any of this stuff. Just to give a quick update of my life. Jordan had a mental breakdown, quit his job, and decided to go to law school. I started working to compensate for him not working. I work front desk at a really shitty 1-star motel, about 15 minutes away from here. And I don't mind the job. It's actually pretty fun. I work nights over there, so it's like I get to do whatever I want and I just have to be there. And then when me and Jordan both started at school, so this is his first time in college. So his classes are pretty chill, and this is like my 6th or 7th term. So my classes are a lot more difficult than I remember them being, and it's just a lot to keep up with. And yeah, that's the state of my life. My GI Bill pays our rent, and then my job pays the rest of our bills. And then he got enough financially to cover all of his classes, so we don't have to worry about that. And then he took out 2 federal loans. One is no interest, and one is interest, but it's the unsubsidized federal loan one. So I think total with his financial aid and his loans, it's like $5,300 per term, which will cover like all of his school expenses and then like help with bills if we need it, kind of situation. So
That's
financially we're doing okay, but our whole everything is like completely all cattywampus from what it used to be.
Oh yeah, the biggest thing I think that's happened for me since I last talked to you was I've now been installed on the board of directors for the church that I'm a member of, like the actual like
Nice.
overarching like international body.
Nice.
I make decisions now.
That's pretty cool.
I led the first my first online service for them yesterday. Oh, not yesterday. Whenever Sunday was that yesterday? I don't know weeks anymore.
I'm not a member of any churches at the moment. I need to find a progressive church in my area that I can join because that's like my vibe nowadays. So
yeah, what else has changed in my life that oh, I graduated. I graduated and was fired within 72 hours.
nice.
Yep. And then the job I just got is the first job I've had since the end of April because I got really sick.
As I say, your body tried to make you die. That's a big thing that's
Yeah,
happened.
my body has apparently been attacking my intestines, and I don't know how long.
Oh damn. Are you okay now though?
I'm on really expensive medication. I will probably have this for the rest of my life. It's ulcerative pancreatitis, so my GI tract is messed up. But I had to get a colonoscopy, and the first thing the doctor says to me after saying, "Oh, good, you're awake," is, "Your colon is a mess. How long have you been sick?"
Oh man.
I'm 24.
Oh
My
man.
colon should not be a mess.
That sounds really rough.
Like I hadn't I'd lost over 30 pounds in a month because like I had no appetite. Like I was like, I know I'm hungry. I haven't eaten. So I'd try to eat food and then my body would be like,
No, we're not going to do that.
I was basically surviving off of popsicles.
That sounds horrible. I'm glad you're okay, though.
I told my mom if I hadn't been fired, I would have ended up in the hospital because I would have just continued to put off going to the doctor.
Yeah.
Because I was borderline malnourished. And the inflammation in my body was so high that it technically registered off the chart because it only went up to 3,000. And it was just like, it's greater than this. We don't go higher than this.
Wow.
So I don't know how high my inflammation actually was.
Well, then I'm glad you got fired because that means you went to the doctor and that you're not dead. So.
Yeah. I'm also like, I finally talked to a doctor about my mental health.
I'm in the process of getting ADHD medication, so I'm finally getting that taken care of because the VA I'm back on VA insurance because I had private insurance when Jordan was still working, but when he quit his job, we lost that. So the process I was going through with the private insurance abruptly ended, and I had to restart with the VA insurance. VA they'll give me ADHD medication, but they are really thorough with their process of getting there beforehand. So I've done part 1. Yeah, so I've done with part 1. I have another appointment on November 8th, which is part 2, and then part 3 is them actually confirming my ADHD diagnosis and then determining what kind of process they're going to go about for treatment. And so we'll see. And then I also officially got diagnosed with PCOS. So
hopefully you have a good VA where you are. The VA around here has literally been the only thing that's kept my brother and father alive.
It's not bad, but it is fairly understaffed a lot of the time. So in-person appointments have a long wait time, but they do outsource from other clinics nearby to do video appointments. So a lot of my appointments that I can do video-wise, I can get them fairly quickly. But if I have to, like when I had to go in for my pap smear, I had like 2 months I had to wait because there's only a couple OBs that work there and, a lot of veterans. So like in-person appointments do have a long wait time, but everything else is relatively quick.
And if we're going to keep minting veterans at the rate we have, maybe we should take better care of them. Sorry. I will not get on my soapbox.
Oh my gosh. So it's election time is coming up, and I'm really frustrated because Oregon has been a blue state for a long time, but it might turn into a red state because we have 3 candidates that one Democrat, one Republican, and one independent, and the independent and the Democrat are splitting the votes so much that it looks like the Republican might win.
If the person running for governor who's in the lead actually wins, he has said that he's going to basically do everything in his power to make it illegal to be a trans person in our state.
So you're going to move states, right?
Like that. See, the problem is we have like a whole bunch of debt from buying the restaurant still. So things are going to get really fun.
Well, if I had another bedroom, I would offer for you guys to stay with me, but my apartment's very small. But the person that's running for governor here, the Republican candidate, wants to ban all abortion, period, and wants to completely eliminate all kinds of vaccine mandates. They don't want to make it because right now, in order to be enrolled in public school, you have to be vaccinated for everything. She wants to completely eliminate that.
They've already done both of those things here. So.
And the person that I'm gonna vote for, Tina Kotek, she is the one that actually declared our homelessness problem a state of emergency so that we can do something about it. And she wants to do basically all the opposite things as the first person I said, and really wants to address the homeless population. And then one of the senators, or not senator, congresswoman, I can't remember, one of the either senators or congresswomen that I'm going to vote for is one of her main things on her platform is restoring the right to vote to federal convicts, which I think is pretty cool.
I have a very simple rule when it comes to stuff like this. If they're not safe to vote, they shouldn't have been let out. Like, I don't understand this idea of like the whole idea of they served their time. Why are you still punishing people?
You know, I can see
don't
not letting
understand.
them vote while they're actively in prison.
I've
But
heard,
if
but
they've
yeah,
served their time and they've been released, then maybe they should be allowed to vote. Like, I don't see why they can't. Because I have a friend who took a plea deal for a crime that she didn't actually commit because it was really hard for her to win her case and she was going to lose custody of her child. So she took a plea deal, and so she's officially a felon and she can't vote anymore.
I have one of those friends too.
And I feel for her. Like,
And in his case, it's even more fun because he literally was not living in this state when it happened.
Mm.
And has proof and evidence of that, but could not afford to keep paying for a lawyer.
the world is an effed up place.
Yeep.
All right. Well, we are 20 minutes into this thing. We should probably do a sprint of some sort because I do have more homework I need to get done.
So my goal for the stream, I've got either 300 words and then I hit my nano goal for the day, or I get all of the stuff done in this chapter and finish this chapter, which if I finish either or both of those things, I will be very happy.
Well, my goal for this stream is to finish my science homework.
Like, it's important. I'm actually probably going to disappear before the sprint or right at the beginning of it. Just because I've been awake since 5 o'clock this morning.
That's fair. I appreciate you
Because
being here
I'm
anyway.
insane.
I mean, you're not fully on a Jace schedule, but I feel like you're slowly migrating towards one.
Well, I can't do that because the store that I work at is going to be open 9 to 9. So I have to be able to be awake from 9 to 9.
My schedule is wonky because I work 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that means Friday I work at 11 and then I get off at 7 a.m. on Saturday, etc. for each. And then so I get off at 7 a.m. on Sunday and then I have class at 11:30 or on Monday, and then I have class at 11:30 on Monday. And then I have no class on Tuesday, and then I have class at 11:30 on Wednesday, 9:30 on Thursday, and then I go back to work on Friday.
So you've installed a caffeine drip in your car so you can play yourself driving from work to school.
Well, they just changed my schedule because before I was working night shift, and then swing shift on Sunday. So I would get off at 7 a.m. on Sunday morning, and then I would have to be back at work at 3 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. And then I would get off at 11 because I told him I didn't want to work night shift on Sunday because I have class. But 3 weeks of that, I realized that's literally torture. So I was like, okay, I either want you to schedule me night shift and then to pull a double and do morning shift on Sunday so that I can get off at 3 and go home, or I want to do night shift all 3 days and I'll figure it out. Because it's literally, I can't do it. The swing shift after the night shift is not fun.
It's also not fun in the reverse.
It's
when I worked at the gas station, when I worked at the Admired the first time, they were like, hey, can you work third shift on these certain weekends? Because the normal third shift person was going to take vacation. And they didn't have another third shift person. And they're like, also, that first weekend, you have to self-train yourself third shift. And then the next weekend that you're going to do it, you're going to have to teach our new third shift person. But I worked second shift. So I worked a second shift, and then they're like, okay, I worked second shift on Thursday, and then I worked third shift Friday night. I was like, my sleep schedule, I've never done this before. How do you swap that? And so they told me, they're like, just stay up all night if you can. Get out of work and stay awake.
Yeah, it's called pain and suffering. Yeah.
Yeah, well, for me
Oh, and
I
I was in college.
I adjust my sleep schedule every week, so um I have to get up I have to be at class at 9:30 on Thursday, so I get up and go to class and then I come home, do any homework I have, and then I actually will stay up all night and then go to sleep and sleep all day on Friday so that I can get up for my Friday shift. And it's whatever, but it works, I guess.
Except I was also like I was working my hours and then I was also going to class. And I'm like, I'm one almost working full-time hours as a full-time student, not supposed to be doing that. Like that's
Yeah.
not what I signed up for. Like I'm cool with the third shift, but can y'all like give me a couple days in between so
Yeah.
that one I can still do schoolwork?
Yeah, well, I'm fortunate enough with my job that literally I have to check the rooms like every hour or so. So I just have to like the first time I check, I go into every room, make sure that nobody has broken into any of them, that kind of thing. And then the rest of the time, I just walk by and look through the window because I make sure that all of the curtains are open so I can see in. And I do that once an hour, but other than that, I just can sit in the office and do whatever. So I bring up my stuff, my school stuff with me, and I do my homework while I'm at work. Because even when it's not busy, we still have to be there because there's cash in the office that we have to make sure nobody breaks in and steals it. And if somebody does show up in the middle of the night and wants a room, then we're there. But it's also slow season now, so yeah.
That's
So
nice that you can do your homework.
yeah, like my boss when I got hired and I was doing training, she's like, if it's not busy, I mean, you can do whatever you want. You can play on your phone, you can like bring your computer and like watch videos or something. You just have to be here. And I was like, okay, cool, it works for me. So,
I wrote my second and third novel at a job like that,
I mean, it's nice.
and none of you will ever get to see them.
All right, we're gonna do this thing. Kat, are you taking off to go to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have
Thank
a
you
good
for
night.
being here. I'm glad that you're
Thank you.
alive and have good sleep.
Thank you. Have a good stream. See you the next time I see you.
Yeah. All right. Let me get this. All right. And in 3, 2, 1, go. Yay! All done.
I was trying to figure out where that sound was coming from. I was like, what in the what where? Oh yeah, I'm doing a thing.
I'm doing a thing. Oh yeah. uh, I opened my textbook, which, by the way, I hate my textbook. It was $112 for a loose leaf textbook that was used.
What?
A used loose leaf textbook that I had to buy a binder for.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, and then my English textbook, this was $101. Also used, and it already had this damage on the front.
Also ridiculous.
Yeah. It's whatever, but anyways, I got to the chapter I have to do because my homework for my science class is we have to read the chapter and then we have to come up with 3 questions of our own making that aren't covered in the text or that could elaborate on something we've read in the text, which I struggle with greatly because I feel like the textbook is pretty thorough and apparently I have no original thoughts myself. So, because I read my chapter and then I'm like, I have to scramble to come up with 3 questions because it's like I read everything. I feel like I understood everything I read. I have no questions, but I still have to come up with 3 questions.
Oh, academic books are the most ridiculously priced. There's a translation of a newly found text that I really want to read, but they signed with like Oxford Press, and it's going to be, I think, $900 for the paperback.
Nice.
And I'm like, who has $900 to spend for a paperback? I don't have that.
Mm.
But I really want to read it.
Sorry, I got distracted because Jordan's yelling at Noel for something, and I don't know what's going on.
Understandable. But yeah, they can be ridiculous. I did fairly well. I thought I just bumbled around a little bit, but apparently I got 221 words that sprint.
Noise.
So, yay. I've almost hit my 1,600 and some words for the day. That is one of my goals. Though Nico is very, very sad right now because it's the start of the book and you got to show like the state of their life. Like all work, no play makes Santa a dull boy.
Yeah.
My story ideas are so ridiculous. I love them.
So I'm waiting for this to sync, and then I want to show you guys something. So I know I bragged a while back about getting my Remarkable. I want to show you some of the things that I can do with it. I'm just going to pull up notes. So, hold on, I got to share my screen. Give me just a sec. This thing. Here we go. Okay, so I wrote these on this thing. This is my tablet. And it comes with this pen.
That tablet is why Jeff Bezos is about to get more money off of me.
This isn't from Amazon. This is a private company.
I need to replace my Kindle because it's old and takes like 30 seconds to a minute to turn the page now. And they just announced the Kindle Scribe, which is basically everything my Kindle was with that on top.
Well, this thing is expensive, but I like it because you can. There's the tablet itself, and then there's an app for your phone and an app for your desktop, which is what I have open right now. And you can sync all 3 so that you can write something on your tablet, and then you can look at it on your computer or your phone, and you can print it out. And you can also, there's a feature on the tablet, if you write something, you can actually convert it to text and send it to yourself. So if you like to write by hand, you can write your whole book on your tablet and then convert it to text and send it to your computer.
How well does that work?
I usually get a few mistakes. It just depends on how bad your handwriting is.
Because that might make me go back to the 2-device thing. Because I don't think the Kindle Scribe can do that.
And this thing, on the tablet itself, it's all black and white, but you can do different, like the ballpoint pen has like, you can do black, blue, or red. And on the tablet itself, it shows up as like black and white, but on the computer, like the highlightation you can see are yellow and green, but on the tablet, they're just gray. But you can select to do different colors. They have yellow, green, and pink for highlighting, and then they have different colors for the different pens and stuff. But I just want to show it off because I'm doing my homework on it. I take all my notes for class on it, and it's great.
So this is the retouch, I think it's called. Is that what it's
It's called Remarkable. This is
Remarkable.
Remarkable 2. It was quite expensive. The tablet itself is $399.99, so it's $400. And then the pen, this was like $150.
That ability to turn handwritten text into typed words.
And then the case that you don't have to necessarily get the case, but it is specifically meant for the tablet, and it magnets in and everything. But you can get like an off market, somebody just made a case for it. The case was like, altogether it was like $695 for the tablet, the case, and the pen. So I liked it. I got it with my tax returns last year, or at the beginning of this year, I guess.
My husband. My birthday's coming up, and so it's Christmas.
So, like, example, this is for my science class. These are all my notes. Every class day, I make a new file. So, like, this was yesterday's class. This is all the notes I took about glaciers and such. And then, like, these are my reading notes from chapter 23, which was Monday's homework was about chapter 23. Like,
so is there a like service you have to pay for to get it to do the?
Yeah, so the tablet itself, you have I believe 6 gigabytes of storage, but it's $299 a month for the Connect service,
That's not bad.
which gives you full cover warranty for 3 years as long as your Connect is active. So if you have your Connect active and you break your tablet within 3 years, you can get it back, send it back, and get a new one.
I miss for handwriting my books so much.
And then you have to have the Connect service enabled in order to do the convert to text, and you can also email files from your tablet to anybody you want. But it's $299 a month. It's actually less than it used to be. When I first got it, it was $799, and now it's only $299.
Yay, something actually going down in price.
Right. And I like it a lot because it actually feels like you're writing on a piece of paper, which is what it's meant to be. That's why it's called Remarkable Paper Tablet. Like, it feels like you're writing on paper. And then it comes with these little things. So if you look at the end of the pen, the very tip of that comes out and is replaceable because it does wear over time.
Okay.
From writing on the tablet, it like wears it down and makes it kind of flatten out over time. And they, with the original purchase, they send you 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 replacements. I have 4 left.
Nice.
I've had it since February, I think, and I'm on my 5th one now. So I don't know.
I let myself do handwriting for one project, not the I think it was last year, and it is still sitting untyped up.
See, if I could afford it, I would buy one and send it to Jace myself because he doesn't. The reason why he doesn't really write that often is because he can't type because of the his fingers being all damaged. If he had this where he could handwrite and he could convert it and send it to himself so that he could just handwrite everything and then have it be on his computer, he would write so much more.
That would be amazing. Definitely gonna have to look into that.
Right. I myself am not technically. I was a linguist in the Army, but not in the same way that my linguistics class is. I was an Arabic translator, but they call it linguist. But yeah. Okay, sorry. Back to what you were saying.
Oh no, I'm just really excited about this. Because I'm still gonna have to look and see about the freaking Scribe because I am addicted to my Kindle. I read on it every day, so like it has to get replaced one way or another anyway. But
Well, I'm gonna look up the Remarkable because the Remarkable you can only buy from their actual website.
yeah, I've got it
'Cause it's
loaded up over
let's.
here. 'Cause I was curious. It's $279.
It's $279. That's cheaper than when I bought it.
Yeah, I was.
It was $400 when I bought it because I bought it like a few months after it came out for the second generation one. So, because I saw ads for it all the time when it first originally came out, and then it kind of the ads died off, and I stopped seeing it as much. And then they came out with the second generation, and I saw a bunch of ads for it. And I'd already previously thought about buying one, and then I saw the ads for the second generation come out, and I told Jordan I really want it, and he's like, "Well, our tax returns are going to be enough for you to get it. Why don't you just get it for yourself?" I'm like, "Okay, don't twist my arm or anything." So. So the reason I'm taking linguistics this year is because I was originally supposed to be taking math, and my math class got canceled, and I had to scramble to find something to replace it because I have to be enrolled in at least 3 classes for my GI Bill to cover my tuition. And it was the only thing that I was remotely interested in that still had openings left. So, yeah. It's pretty cool. We're doing, we just finished off doing phonology and phonetics, and now we're starting on morphology. So, woo.
The language geek in me is just like, oh, that sounds like so much fun. I'm struggling right now because, well, I really want to write this silly, dumb Santa story. Like, I am so wanting to just do a conlang just so I have an excuse to write some ridiculous fantasy stuff.
Okay.
Because I'm that person.
So if you want to see an example of how it looks when I convert to text, I'm going to show you real quick. So this was my homework from yesterday for my science class. I wrote it on here, and then you can hit, when you have this thing, the second from the bottom, you click it, and then convert to text. It takes a minute to load. As you can see, my handwriting was clear enough that there are no errors.
Nice.
But on something where I was writing quickly, like, let's see, book one. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so this is my normal handwriting. It's not great. It's like a mix between cursive and print.
And mine too, but I could force myself to print. Hey, Nia. I could. By the way, I also have the Scribe up because I was comparing the two because the Scribe is actually a lot more expensive. Because it's supposed to.
You can also, if it helps, you can download ebooks onto Remarkable as well.
That's a part of it because I have very bad eyesight, which people that hear me read off of the screen know. And so I have a hard time reading physical books because the print often and my eyes do not jive. So I need to be able to increase size.
Okay. So this is my normal handwriting. I've looked it over. I only see like 2 errors on it.
That's pretty cool.
So,
well, given the price difference between the two, because with Remarkable being $279, the Scribe, which does not, by the way, one of the answers is, does it do the convert handwriting to text? And they, not yet. And you know how good Amazon is at delivering on their promises. And it starts at $389. So it's a lot expensive.
I use this a lot, especially now that I'm in class. I use it to take all my notes for class, like all my notes. And then if I feel like I don't want to type for when I'm writing my book, because sometimes if I have really bad writer's block, I'm like, you know what, handwriting would really help right now. So I handwrite, and I used to have notebooks everywhere that just had random chapters that were handwritten. I can do it all on here now.
Yeah, I'm glad we had this conversation. I'm glad you brought it up because I am so ready to move back over to the Remarkable side. and do that instead.
Hey, what's up, Shay? So I just wanted to do a quick personal ad that I'm not being paid to say any of this, just so everybody knows. I just really believe in this product.
You should be, because you may have just sold one. Actually, you should look at your account and see if they have a personal. I've noticed a lot of
Like
things that
like a
now have
referral.
a referral code that you can give out to people.
Let
And if
me
they do, send it to me, because
yeah.
I'm much more on the remarkable side, because I've been wanting to get one of those ever since you first talked about it.
Yeah, and especially now that the price has gone down.
With the price having gone down, and also like I said, the main motivation for me and why I was looking at the Kindle Scribe was I'm going to need to replace my Kindle device. So 2 birds,
So
1 stone.
the problem that it has with ebooks is that you can download ebooks, but they have to be in PDF format.
Okay.
So I don't know if Kindle has an option to, like, if you buy a book, you can download it as a PDF or not.
I'll just probably end up doing what I did last time. The way I got my Paperwhite was I kept refreshing the Amazon homepage during their Black Friday sales and got it for $25.
Okay, so I just clicked on the ebook thing. It says I clicked on the ebook. I don't have any ebooks on here. It says you have no ebooks. You can import books in EPUB format through the desktop or mobile app. You can
Nice.
organize your ebooks by moving them into folders. You will always find them collected here if you have them on here. So
Nice.
if that helps, and you can also download PDFs on here. So I have a few, like Jordan, when he was doing his job application process before, he made a cover letter, and I downloaded it on here so that he could sign it.
That handwriting to text is a killer feature for me.
It's great, honestly, because I can do my homework on here, and then I can convert it and email it to myself, so then I can copy and paste the text from the email and then submit it onto the homework assignments. It's great.
I have so much to think about.
I don't know if there's a referral type thing. So I'm gonna.
No, I'm just saying, if you get a moment, because I've just noticed that in a lot of things that I have lately, like buried in their backstage is like, hey, if you send this link to people, like sometimes you don't get money, but they'll give you like a free month of the service.
Right.
Something.
I don't see anything like that on
Okay.
here, but
I will. I'll say something again if we do end up deciding to get one. That way,
yeah, because then I
just in
can
case.
look
Yeah,
and see. And I don't know, it's just great. I just really like it.
I miss handwriting so much.
And it's all organized into files. So I have files for everything, and then you can put files within files. The only problem I have is that you can't look up, like, if you have this notebook in there that's full of a bunch of notes for a class, you can't look up a specific term and it finds it in your notebook. You can only look at, like, you can look up a specific notebook. So that's one thing that I would they should improve on, where they can do like keyword search and search for something you've written down. But
Yeah,
that's why I have a bunch of notebooks. So every time I switch topics, I start a new notebook, because then I can be like, okay, so all about this thing would be in this notebook. And it can be password protected, so I have a password to get into it.
That's also very handy.
So, all right. Well, now that I've talked all about that, it's a writing resource, so that's why I brought it up. Let's do another sprint, I suppose.
Yay! Maybe I'll hit my target this sprint.
Woo!
Hi, Nikki. I was on Nikki's stream watching
Hi,
Nikki's
Nikki.
stream for a while earlier, and then I had to make soup.
All right, so we're gonna move that over. Go away. Oh, I didn't want you to start yet. All right. God dang it! Stop it. Okay. Yeah. Noelle, do you want to say go? Yeah. Come here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yay!
Yay!
So, Remarkable does have a referral program. It gives if you use basically, once I'm able to find where to get the link, if you use the link when you purchase, you get $40 off.
Oh,
And then if you buy it and you don't return it before the 100-day guarantee is over, then I get $40.
nice.
But I can't find where to get my referral link. Like, I went to the FAQs and I looked it up and it said, yeah, we have a referral program. This is how it works. But I don't know how to get the link.
Mommy,
You
Yes,
have
my-
grown up, Noelle.
please watch TV, please.
Yeah, come over here first. Say hi.
Hi. Nice.
It's Charlie.
I came out of the shadows for you.
Yeah, bring me the TV remote and I'll turn on the TV quiet for PBS.
So I finished chapter 1.
I want to watch PBS. I want to watch something else on the TV.
Well, what do you want to watch on the TV?
Pretty skeletons.
Well, bring me the remote first before I can do anything. It's over there on the coffee table. I'm blurry again. Damn it. Yeah, Nikki, I thought I already was subscribed to you, and then earlier I was going through streams and I saw that I wasn't, and I was like, what? And so I subscribed again. Every time Noelle goes through here, she messes it up. Hi, Sinceriousness, and hi, Joanne. Hello to both. I'm sorry I'm blurry.
I'm very excited. I finished the first chapter of The Santa Closet. And
Nice.
since I am trying to guarantee that I finish this stupid, crazy, dumb idea, I will now be submitting it to Kindle Vella after a cursory look through to put it out into the world. Because this is the decision that I have made.
Can you guys hear the TV in the background?
I cannot, no.
Okay, good. Means it's a good volume. So yeah, I don't know where to get the link for I'll figure it out. And if you decide you want to buy one, I'll have
I'll definitely let you know.
Because I've completed my end, because it said in order for me to have a referral code, I have to be past my 100-day guarantee, which I am. And also, I looked it up, and the reason why the Connect is $2.99 for me now is that it's $7.99 for the first year, and then after 1 year, it switches to $2.99.
Ah.
So that's why it's $2.99 for me now.
Nice.
I got a meatball sandwich.
I will soon be rewarding myself with soup.
So, how did everybody else do during that sprint?
I have hit my nano goal for the day.
Nice.
I finished, like I said, I finished chapter 1 in this crazy thing. And because it is such a crazy thing to guarantee that I'm doing it, we agreed that I would do a cursory read through to make sure it didn't have any egregious spelling and grammar errors in it, and then immediately submit it to Kindle Vella so that they're going out into the world. Because people are afraid that this will never see the light of day because it's so dumb.
Merry Christmas.
Nice.
So I have made the devil's bargain with the cheerleaders on the stream to just put them out into the world. There you go. Have it.
Kind of figured out the first scene of exposition via mood boarding. Nice. Is there anybody having a a poor first day of Nano, or is everybody doing pretty good? I wasn't even planning on doing Nano, and then I finished one of my homework assignments, and I was like, you know what? Why not? So I wrote like 200 words. That's my first day of Nano so far. Woo.
I am a little frustrated at myself. Well, I'm very excited that I actually got to write today, but normally I try to get a lot written in the early days because eventually things are going to happen because is life. And so I like to add as many extra words as I can in the early part. But
Yep.
given the fact that my depression has really been in full force again, I'm ecstatic that I got 1,700 words today.
That's
Like,
exciting. I haven't really written anything at all for like a year. So 200 words for me is a pretty big deal. Oh, really? It's your first year? I think my first year that I tried to participate was I did Camp NaNoWriMo in 2014 when I was in high school. And I didn't win. The first year that I won was 2016, which was the first year that NaNoWriMo happened after I left the Army. And then I think I've participated in like 6 or 7 nanos, and I think I've only actually completed Nano twice. So I try not to put too much pressure on myself because I really struggle with writer's block often. Yeah.
so my first Nano, I only know because I got a literal book out of it, and it had to have been 2005 because Shine Like Thunder was published in 2006, and it
Nice.
was published did all the editing and stuff and released it the next year. So
Okay. A quick self plug, something that I actually do benefit from. Jason and I are business partners. We own a editing business. So if anybody wants to hire us to edit your book after Nano's over, you can just look up Rose City Editing, and we'll pop up on Google there, and you can go ahead and hire us.
they do good work. They've done my book, The Raid, and I'm hoping when and if I ever get Rebirth finished.
I need to update my website because I need to add. I have a section on there under testimonials of titles we've worked on, and I need to add yours to it. And then I have another book that I finished last November that I need to add on there too. And there's one I need to take down because there's one that we worked on that was published, but the author has since taken the book down and it's no longer published. And so I have the book up there, and then when people go to click on it, it just says page not found. So I need to take that one off.
Next year is going to be a big year for me because I am doing the In Case of Emergency Break Glass collection because I have like 6 or 7 books that have been done for a long time, just kind of sitting on my hard drive, and 5 of them have already gone through editing and are just sitting here. Like they have book covers and everything. So I will be rapid releasing a series and a half next year.
Well, if you need an editor, you know where to contact me.
Oh, I probably will for Stone of Heaven. That book is gone through so many revisions. I don't.
Do you
even
have
know.
any more stuff for Raid? Because I'm already familiar with that.
Yeah, Rebirth has been in the works. That's the next book in that series. It has been really tricksy to write because it starts so dark, and I've been not wanting to be in that place.
So I'm going to do another screen share here real quick. I need to look up something on Amazon and show you guys because when I saw it, I was quite pleased. So give me just a moment. This is one that I need to add to my titles we've worked on. But if you go on this book and you click on the preview, open. No. Oh, damn it. Okay. 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 Right about here, editing by Rose City Editing. It's so exciting.
I need to edit mine and add that in because I also need because I forgot to link the actual website in the book
Mm.
because smart person.
Yeah, so for me, our editing contracts, I specifically have a section included on the editing contracts that if you want to mention that we edited the book, don't add us as an editor on Amazon because then it shows up on our personal Amazon pages. I prefer it to add like this editing by Rose City Editing, and then if you want, you can add the link to our website on there. But even then, you don't even. It's not required that you do promote us within the book. But if you want to promote us in the book, then that's how we prefer it to be done. But I was just really excited because I finished her book and I gave her back the edits, and then a few months she's like, okay, my book is up, and she like sent me the link to it, and it already had quite a few reviews because of like alpha reading and arc reading and stuff. And I open it, I'm like, oh my god, I'm mentioned.
That's awesome.
But it has 4.3 out of 5 stars with 157 ratings, and I worked on it. So that one was a self-benefit plug. The remarkable stuff was not, but this one is for my own benefit. Jace is a phenomenal developmental editor. He does really, really, really good work. So if you need developmental or line, he's your person. And then I do copy editing and proofreading. And I'm not as good as Jace at like developmental stuff. I will notice stuff if it gets like if there's blatant stuff in the copy editing phase that I need to point out, I will. But I am like a hawk when it comes to grammar and mistakes and stuff. I will see so many, and I will read your book at least 3 times, and so I usually find all of them. I mean, there's always room for error. There could be a few mistakes that make it through, as with any editor, but I pride myself in being really, really good at spotting errors.
I was impressed and also a little saddened at how many you found in my book because I had prided myself over the years of getting better at doing self-editing, and then I was like, oh wow, oh yeah, oh yeah.
There's no shame in having errors in your book. Doesn't mean your book is bad.
I have specifically argued with Pro Writing Aid, which is what I'm currently using to do a quick grammar and spelling check of this project that I'm working on, because I know it is right actually on a couple things, but colloquially it needs to be said the way it is.
Right, and that's where phrases where it's like, or like say you have a fantasy book and you have names for things that aren't actual words, that's when an editor would be like, I don't know why the software is telling me still that this is wrong when every time I have added it to the dictionary.
The thing that I learned today that I did not know is I referred to one of the characters as mid-size, and I learned that it's either mid-sized with a hyphen or mid-size as a single word. I did not know. I said mid-sized without the hyphen, and it got mad at me. And I looked it up, and I was like, oh, it's either mid-size as a word or mid-sized with a hyphen. Did not know that. Hyphens
my spouse now takes advantage of my editing skills because he's like his first year in college now, and he is taking a writing class because it's one of his requirements. And so every time he writes paper, hey babe, can you come read this and edit it for me? Like, okay, I guess. So shameless plug on that one. I love editing, and I don't currently have any clients, so I'd love some clients. And I know Jace would love some clients because he also doesn't have any at the moment. I haven't really been streaming. I was getting a lot of clients because when I was doing streamings, I was promoting it all the time, but I haven't been streaming in quite a while, so I haven't had as much promotion going on.
Well,
So
I'm hoping to have a lot more money for that soon because I haven't really said anything about this, but they finally fixed the glitch in my podcasting account and I can
nice.
see the monetization features again. Because when they updated their service, me and several of the old school people that have had accounts with them for a long time lost access to monetization. And I'm like, but you owe me money. I'm like, well, you can't see that we owe you money. I'm like, but you owe me money. So I have not gotten any ad offers yet.
Oh,
But hopefully those will start up again in the not too distant future.
and if it does help, we offer payment plans. So if it's like, say it's going to be like $500 for your book to get edited and you don't have $500 to pay, we do require a deposit up front. It's not 50%. I think it's $200 depending on if your editing service is more than $200, then it's $200 for the deposit. And if it's less than that, then it's only 50%. And then if like say your editing is $500, you pay the deposit and then you need to split up the rest of it into 2 payments, we do that.
I think you have a taker.
Ooh, I'll look forward to it. Yeah, on our website, you can contact us on there. You just have to go to the website, hit contact, and then there's a little form to fill out just to tell us more about your project and like what kind of services you need, and then you get a personalized quote and a sample edit if you'd like a sample edit.
As to someone not being paid to promote Rose City Editing here, I've used them. I like them. They did a really good job of making my book look good. So,
Yay.
and I also know other people that have worked with them and have had really good experiences.
I've had no complaints thus far.
Laura praises a lot.
Laura Nettles was our most recent client that Jace just finished up with. So, yeah, and then we've had a few repeat clients too. And I know Jace has done a lot of work on Key Clavis's books. I think the first 3 books he's done developmental on. And so, I mean, and she always seems happy. She always gives us a big tip too, because I don't expect tips, but I do allow, like I have the allow tip selected in case people want to. And she always, like the last time she hired us, she gave us like $150 tip. And I was like, oh my Lord.
That's a happy customer.
All right. I gave the whole tip to Jace because he's the one that did all the work on it. So like, but I was just shocked because it was like, you know, a certain balance. And then I was like, oh, you've been paid. And I went and looked. I'm like, why is it $150 more than it was supposed to be?
Why do I have so much money? Yeah,
So,
I had that wonderful experience the other day when I looked at my bank account. I was like, why is there more money in here than there should be? Because Twitch changed their payout rules. They pay out at 50 now. So
I'm gonna grab the link to my website real quick. Copy and paste. And there we go. There is the link to the website. And I hope to hear from you soon. You're back for the night. Woo! All right, we should do another sprint because I actually still need homework to be finished. So.
All right, I'm going to run because I have to get the Kindle Vella thing up, and their system makes me angry and screamy, and you don't need to be around bad mood me.
Well, good luck. Thank you for joining me.
I'm about to touch the KDP back end, which makes me ever so unhappy.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do 1 or 2 more sprints, and then I need to get off myself. Usually I try to stream for like 2 hours, but we've been talking a lot today, so
have the fun. I'm so glad to see you back, and I can't wait to do all the fun stuff because AuthorTube has been crazy. And before I go, #FreeDevin. We need to get Devin their account back. This needs to be fixed. YouTube, you bad. You did the bad.
Oh, I actually just spoke to Devin earlier today, and they said that in the new terms and service, it turns out that the playlist that he was doing was actually a violation. Apparently,
That's what I was afraid of.
because he had other people's videos in his playlists, and he was apparently editing them too often. But my main goal here for the Free Devin movement is get him his account back, and then even if
Yeah,
he
he
can't
should
do
at
the
least get
playlist
his account.
anymore, even if he can't do the playlist anymore, he could do the spreadsheet thing that Kat has got going. That kind
See,
of stuff.
I was really worried about that because I have 3 channels on YouTube and actually have playlists on my main channel that has the most subscribers that point to videos on the other ones. And I'm like, I've been afraid that I've been violating community policy ever since he got away because I don't want to lose my stuff. So I guess I'm
Well,
also going to be editing my YouTube channel today.
yeah,
So
maybe you can like link. I think you can link channels together. So maybe if you do that,
yeah,
it won't be a violation.
yeah, I just know people go to my CE Dorset channel
Hmm.
when they're looking for my music instead of the Project Shadow channel, which is where it is, and a bunch of other people's music because they messed up.
Speaking of which, do you want to plug all your stuff real quick before you hop off?
Yeah, I actually have my handles now, so they're fairly easy. I've got the CE Dorset, which is my main AuthorTube channel where I do sprints every Wednesday and Friday. We are actually moving the game nights back over to Twitch, so that's Thursday night. We stream over on Twitch. We're playing Valheim, and it's just an incredible amount of fun and just silliness and lots of weird singing because all 3 of us are prone to random let's invent a song right this second. And if you want to know what those look like, my shorts drawer on the C. Dorset channel is filled with a lot of those weird and wacky spur of the moment songs that we came up with. I also do a magic and spirituality and mysticism channel that is Creation's Paths on YouTube, and there's a lot more content on its way to that. I had paused it because getting onboarded onto a board of directors for a church organization, I wanted to clarify what I was what I'm doing for them, what I'm doing for me, and what goes where. And I have that information now. So a lot of stuff is going to be heading onto that channel soon. So I'm very excited. It's okay. You can actually add it onto your stream title at any time, and the whole point for having the hashtag free Devin in the stream names is they track the streams, the hashtags they're using in streams, and it shows up in their analytics. And we're just trying to force them to see how many people are interested in this topic. It's a way to try to hack the system.
Yeah, I also forgot to add it, but after I end here, I'm gonna add it on there because I also need to add all my links. And if you send me all your links, Charlie, I'll add them to the description later.
All righty. Have the fun, y'all. Have a very wonderful National Novel Writers Burnout Month. And I will see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Woo!
Bye.
All right, let's do. I think we'll do one more sprint, and then I need to hop off as well. Because I have a previous engagement that's supposed to start in like 45 minutes. So, let's do one more sprint, and then we will conclude. And I'm sorry we've been so talky and not as righty. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm Rich Walsh, and as your state senator, I'll fight for stable housing, take on drug companies to lower prices, and ensure seniors can thrive and age.
Okay. That ad that came up at the end of the timer is for Richard Walsh in Oregon. I'm probably going to be voting for Richard Walsh because I think he's a better candidate than the opponent. So yeah. Woo. Okay, so I hope everybody had a good productive stream. I know we talked a lot. Normally I try to do 4 sprints in a 2-hour stream, but we were talking about stuff a lot. So okay, so I'm gonna end the stream now. There's only 2 of you guys left, but I'm just real quickly to plug myself. I am an editor, so if you go to my website, Rose City Editing, it is linked right here. You can contact us on there and get a personalized quote for your project, and you can get a sample edit. And me and Jace work really hard on our projects that we work on, and we offer reasonable prices as well as payment plans. So I hope we can work with some of you. And also, you guys can follow me on TikTok. I'm Meadow Lamero on there. I have like 1,100 followers on there. So I actually just got the ability to do lives on there as well. So I might do a few on there as well. Thank you guys for being here. It's been a long time since I have been streaming, and I'm hoping to get back into streaming regularly again. So everyone who is here, I appreciate you, and I will stream again soon, maybe tomorrow, it depends. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Mommy, I don't want to